So, Freddie's Modern Kung Fu is back on YouTube, and several people have messaged me or written comments on my videos asking me what I thought about it or drawing my attention to it. Some of you probably noticed Freddie Lee himself wrote an apology letter to me, posted it on my homepage for my YouTube channel. He also messaged me the same and emailed me the same, and I've responded to it. He apologized. It's been a year. YouTube has let him back on. His channel was banned for violations of some of the community protocols. And for those that are new to my channel, like new in the last year, you may not know about the whole Freddie Mark Kung Fu thing, but I was involved with a school in Chicago, a kung fu school, um, hosted by Freddie Lee, and I was managing the online training and the YouTube channel for the rather successful YouTube channel um, for the school. And then there was a falling out between Freddie and I. And shortly after the falling out, um, the YouTube channel was reported for violating community protocols, community standards. Freddie had posted numerous videos talking explicitly about his opinions regarding people in martial arts who practice grappling or jiu-jitsu and how they are latent homosexuals, and talk negatively about homosexuality. He talked negatively about people who were struggling with obesity. He talked negatively about a lot of very well-known martial artists of the past 3 or 4 decades. And just the massive amount of negativity, I think, did him in. Somebody got really offended and started reporting his channel, and once it was reported so many times, then the YouTube and Google shut it down, and now they've let it back up, and people want to know what I think about it. First thing I want to say is that I wasn't going to make a video about this at all, and I don't want to go on talking at length about it and such. I've kind of put this whole episode behind me, and I'm not interested in like clinging to the past and rehashing all of this. I guess the first thing to say, in regard to how I feel about it, is that I am not responsible for the FMK channel having been pulled down off YouTube to begin with. It just happened to coincide with me and Freddie falling out, and yeah, there was a lot of banter back and forth between us online, a little drama, but that didn't have didn't have anything to do with the channel being pulled down. I wasn't involved in I don't even know who had the channel pulled down. I don't know who was reporting it, but somebody was reporting it, and I'm not sad that they did. I think the content of those videos was offensive, and some of the videos, especially the ones directed at me were offensive, but to martial arts in general, I mean, I think the things that were being talked about and the way that they were being talked about, is particularly like the grappling and jiu-jitsu and the hatred that was coming from Freddie against grapplers, whether they were involved in um, competitive sports or not, because that's a whole nother issue of whether or not martial arts has anything to do with competition in sports or should or what have you. But just taking the grappling and jiu-jitsu alone, and the idea that somebody should um, avoid training ground techniques because they're really only important for pretty women who need to be afraid of being raped, um, or homosexuals who are interested in grappling, just so that they can be close to other men. I mean, it was very offensive, and it was a slap in the face to a lot of martial arts. So was I sad that Freddie's page, YouTube channel, got turned in as violating community standards? I wasn't sad about it, but I don't agree with the censorship. Right? I wouldn't want anybody censoring my channel. I'd rather have the criticism online, and there was a lot of criticism being posted. I mean, people were making their own videos in response to Freddie, and that was good. That's like community dialogue about the problems with his discourse, and I thought that was appropriate. Because things were at the time really heated between Freddie and I when he kicked me out of his school, basically for grappling and cavorting with the enemy. I was willing to have open, thoughtful discussion with people that didn't agree with him. So that made me a traitor to the school. So yeah, I was upset at the time, and so when his page got taken down, I wasn't celebrating it, but it kind of like, it seemed to me like that's the karma, right? What goes around comes around. Skotdakst in Blackfoot. So it wasn't surprising to me, although I don't, like, again, I said, I don't agree with censorship in general. So, any case, Freddie has come and apologized, and my opinion is that the apology didn't come until he was allowed back on YouTube, and might be part of a condition for his reintroduction into the YouTube community. I don't know, but it just seemed like very convenient to apologize at that point. And the apology was not just an apology, it was also a request that I remove videos that might hurt his business. So it was a kind of a self-serving apology. Like, I never just got a straight out apology from Freddie Lee that didn't have any conditions and stuff attached to it. And it wasn't, timed with the reintroduction of his channel to the YouTube. So to me, it doesn't, I just have a really difficult time believing that there's any sincerity to it. Though maybe there is, I don't know. I don't want to be overly cynical or what have you, but my response was basically that I am going through my channel and I'm making playlists. And when I come across the videos from that time, I'm going to review them. And if I feel like, there's something that I don't want on my channel anymore, that I'm not going to be learning from anymore, that it's not going to be of benefit to anybody, then I should take it down. But most of the videos that I put out there were in that vein, were responses to things that Freddie had posted, or they were in the realm of like a product review of the school. And there were discussions that I had with other former students from the school, and there were discussions that I had with people who had been very committed viewers to the channel online. These kind of things. I don't know if I want to take all of that down or any of it down. And like I said to Freddie, I'll review it and I'll decide at that time. But I'm going to get to it when I get to it. I'm not in any rush, and I'm not purposely out there trying to sabotage Freddie's business. But the one thing I am doing is I'm fighting my own curiosity, and I'm trying not to watch new videos posted on Freddie's channel, and even the videos that where he's speaking about some of these things. I did initially, when his channel went back on, I have to say I did watch one or two videos, parts of them, just to see what the discussion was. But a lot of videos are being posted, and I have had to kind of just fight my temptation to look at some of them, because I don't want to give him any more business. I gave him too much business. I mean, I benefited from it. There were things that I got from FMK. I got a really nice stretching routine. I got pretty thorough training in how to utilize YouTube, and I got some ideas. I was turned on to the idea of kind of video journaling that I hadn't had before I got involved with FMK. And I built my own home gym, partially because of being involved in FMK and needing to keep up with what they had at the school in Chicago for training. There was a lot of equipment that I needed to get together and stuff, and then find training partners. And I mean, I think it helped me in some ways, for sure. But I don't think I want to give Freddie Lee any more business. So even this video, bad press is still good press. Or not that this is necessarily bad press, or that this is meant to be any kind of smear for FMK or anything. I'm just responding to what people are asking me to respond to say what are my opinions about FMK coming back on YouTube. I think Freddie's, because he comes back on and he's got all his subscribers still, I think he's going to start pulling in money again. He was making good money off of his YouTube channel while I was managing it for the last year or so that I was managing it. It was making generally around $1,000 a month. Lot more money than my own YouTube channel gets, and I think there's reasons for that. And some of that is some of the things I'm still learning from. I don't do my own thing just for the money or the show. Um, I have I have a kind of a project guiding it, but yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. But yeah, he's back up on YouTube, and and I am not going to give him my business, and I don't know about you all, but that's where I stand on it. And I wasn't part of it getting pulled down, so I don't really have any opinion about them putting it back up. I'm anti-censorship. Um, but I think if there's something out there that's offensive, then I think people need to talk about it. And I think that's what we did. So that's what I got to say. Hope that helps sort it out where I stand.